Local pharmacist and graphic designer launch asthma prevention books. Claude Skelton Cline's case has been thrown out.
Regularization submission postponed, and 500 kids infected with HIV in one city. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works. Welcome everybody, it's Friday, May 24, 2019. I'm Ron Grant.
And I'm Javon Wilson.
Topping our newscast today, local pharmacist Mrs. Gracia Wheatley-Smith and graphic designer Kenya Jeffers have partnered and launched the territory's first asthma prevention reading and coloring books for parents and children. The Fast Fact Asthma Book for Parents and Children caters to ages 6 through 11, while the coloring book targets ages 3 to 5. The exciting launch took place yesterday, Thursday, May 24th, at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital lobby. Present were ministry officials as well as scores of family and friends. We caught up with Mrs. Gracia Wheatley-Smith, who shared some insight on what led to the creative concept of releasing these books.
Mr. Grant, I am a parent, first and foremost, but I am a pharmacist by training. And I recognize the difficulty sometimes that we parents have in translating over to our children and letting them become empowered to take care of themselves. Also, as a pharmacist, when I'm doing counseling sometimes, I find some things that we as parents do that are not correct. Because I remember speaking to this father one time, his daughter's in school and she has asthma, but he takes the asthma pump with him to work. Now, if she's having asthma, then the arrangement was that the school would call him and he would run to the school with the pump. So I said, what if you get in an accident one day? Then your child would eventually die. So I came up with a concept. Let us empower children how to take care of themselves through various activities that they can identify with.
In her thank you remarks, Ms. Kenya Jeffers was sure to highlight persons who played a paramount role in the process. What I love most about these books, Jovan, is that they are simple and easy to read, and it's written so that parents get to work alongside their kids. These books are so important and will serve as a great tool for parents and children in asthma prevention. The books are available at Island Services, so be sure to get your copy. And I trust that these books will also be soon in the school system.
I trust so too. I see a lot of great content coming out of the BVI,
Indeed.
especially of recent. A lot of great authors coming forward, curated right here in the BVI. So
positive
kudos,
stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
kudos
congratulations to both of
all of you. In what can be easily termed the most controversial initiative undertaken by the new government to date, the clear path to regularization is now on pause. The announcement was made last evening via a Facebook post by the Premier that says, and I quote, "Please be advised of the postponement of submission days for applications for residence and belonger status that were intended to be submitted as part of this program. Applicants are advised to complete the preparation of all the necessary documents to apply and await further instructions due to possible reshaping of the program." End of quote. In May, the Premier announced the initiative, which in his opinion was intended to do right by the expatriate community who would have resided in the territory for 15 years and over and made an amicable contribution to the territory. He further expressed that amidst the seas of uncertainties ahead, he sees this as a platform to encourage unity in the BVI, a strength needed to champion the challenging times ahead. But this was met with public backlash. BVI landers have spoken out against it in their numbers, while we see the expatriates celebrating what they term as a long-awaited opportunity to finally be considered and counted in a space they call home for most of their adult lives. Now, since the announcement, the Premier has consulted with the public on 3 occasions in a format where we saw persons being allowed to ask questions and make statements, which has been greatly represented, where we saw great representation from the natives and very little from the expatriate community. Strong opinions have been stated, some considered offensive to opposing parties, but nevertheless a true reflection of their sentiments. Additionally, we've seen ongoing heated social media feud that's fueling the program in a negative direction. The program, if launched, seeks to provide an opportunity for persons residing in the territory for 15 years or longer to apply for their residency and belongership for $800 and $1,500 respectively in a fast-tracked format. Now, with this new halt, the territory awaits the next informed step of our premier and his government.
What's interesting about this, Jovan, is that we seem to somehow be working in backward motion. A lot of the community town hall meetings should have been held prior
Yes.
to making the decision.
They should have been a
so that persons
prerequisite.
could have been more informed and they could feel a part of the process. You don't make a decision and then tell us this is what's going to take place, and then also say that you want our concerns. That shows that you really don't care about what we have to say. But we'll see what
And
they
you know, Ron, it might have happened in the past, but this government rallied. Their campaign was fully based on transparency and
Correct.
accountability. So inclusion is very important, and more now than ever, we see the people speaking out against that type of
You got to
activity.
practice what you preach, guys.
Democracy at work. Viewers, will be right back after a word from our sponsors. When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast, unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages.
Welcome back, everyone. Former head of the BVI Ports Authority and NDP supporter, now turned VIP supporter, Mr. Claude Skelton Cline, lost his case against the former Smith administration. The matter involving the non-renewal of a contract for Skelton Cline was tossed out of the High Court on Thursday by Justice Vicky Ann Ellis. The lawsuit was literally brought before the court in 2016 when Skelton Cline was allegedly promised a new contract by the Smith administration. However, Cabinet did not renew his contract to head the BVI Ports Authority. Our newsroom was in receipt of the High Court's detailed judgment, which stated, in considering whether a decision can be jurisdictionally reviewed, it is critical to identify the decision. There is a public law element in the decision, and unless the allegation involves suggested breaches of duties or obligations owed as a matter of public law, the decision will not be reviewable. Skelton Cline was represented by Tatiana Small Davies for the Hunt & Co. Chambers. In her submissions to the court, Small Davis said there was no issue with her client's performance and hinted that it may have been a political move. A political move. Interesting. It seems like deja vu all over again.
Indeed, Ron. On the international scene, the world watching on is stunned by the revelation that nearly 500 children in a Pakistan city called Larkana have tested positive for HIV in an outbreak that has led to the arrest of at least one doctor and highlighted gross inadequacies in the local healthcare system. According to recent reports, the last count stands at 494 children and 113 adults. So without a doubt, we all want to know how more than 600 people become infected in one city. It all started back in April when parents reported that their children had lasting fevers. Now, because of the alarming numbers, an HIV test was made mandatory by the deputy commissioner. Now, recognizing the seriousness of the issue, officials thereafter set up a healthcare camp where parents and children were screened for the virus. And shockingly, Ron, only the children tested positive for HIV. According to local officials, this was as a result of unsafe and unsanitary medical practices. It is alleged that many of the children tested positive for HIV would have previously attended a private clinic under the medical practice of a Dr. Musufar Gangaru. Now, after pressure from the parents, he was forced to do an HIV test, which proved positive, and it was then suspected that he was spreading the virus to the kids, his patients, by default. He was since arrested on suspicion of intentionally infecting his patients with HIV, but was subsequently cleared of that charge and found guilty instead of criminal medical negligence. Now, this is not the first time the city has seen a major outbreak. Back in 2016, The same thing happened among dialysis patients and a few years earlier among intravenous drug users. The international community, including UNICEF and UNAIDS, are now collaborating on a response to crack down on these unsafe practices as the world tries to come to grips with what we consider one of the biggest tragedies of our
It's a
time.
tough story, Jovan. It's tough to hear.
284 News takes this time to express our deepest sympathy to the families that would have lost their loved ones over this past week. You are in our thoughts and our prayers. Viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to like us on Facebook at 284 Media, as well as 284 BVI on Instagram, as well as Twitter. I'm Javon Wilson.
And I'm Ron Grant. This news segment is proudly sponsored by As You Like It Hair and Barbershop, located in the Mill Mall, right upstairs of Cito's Restaurant. Be sure to join us again on Tuesday at 3 p.m. as we deliver honest and impartial news right here on 284 News. Happy Friday, everybody.
Goodbye.
Enjoy Poker Room. Get online today with CCT Go Fast LTE. Simply select from any one of our Go Fast LTE plan options. Each plan offers unlimited wireless residential internet and are priced to suit your budget and required data speed. Stop by any one of our locations and speak with one of our representatives. And get online with Go Fast LTE, the BVI's preferred choice for reliability, speed, and affordability. CCT Life Unlimited.